Good morning and welcome to Peace Out, where we are all learning together and practicing quite well to just peace out. And that's hard for hyper people. I just want you to know that. Anyway, but we're working on it, right? We're working on it. We're learning how to just give it to Him and ride the wave of peace out, right? We just ride it out every single day, figuring out how to get back to that place because His peace doesn't leave. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, before I get too far in, make sure you check out the link to buy me a coffee. You can support Dostar Ministries there and the Pakistani publishing and just even my books. I've started uploading my books to buy me a coffee, so you can get the ebook there, and you can also subscribe there to give $5 monthly or $1 monthly or something, and help keep these broadcasts going, help keep the publishing going in Pakistan. That's what most of buy me a coffee so far has just gone to Pakistan to pay for publishing, right? So, but there is unique content on there, and there's extra pictures, especially of some of the Pakistani ministry and things like that you're not gonna see anywhere else. And I even put a new book there that's not anywhere else, but don't tell anybody. But you can get it there if you want. Anyway, and also you can check out my store on Amazon. That's the only two places that I've got stuff up online right now, but I've got blogs going and all kinds of cool stuff going on. So if you want to be a part and financially help support that financially, check it out on buymeacoffee.com/Jeannie Plus, I got all kinds of, I got PayPal, I got Venmo, I got Cash App. I'm just telling you what's available, okay? Anyway, so this morning I'm still in Ephesians, y'all. I'm still in the first chapter of Ephesians because it is so rich and I'm enjoying it. I'm just pulling out little phrases and just stopping and meditating on them and thinking about them and just letting them become part of me, kind of, right? And so, but in the last verse or two, and keep your eye open for the, I should have a blog going out maybe later today. I'm going to start working on it today anyway with some of these verses, and I've got all these areas I want to travel with my brain and go, well, what about this? I want to go explore this. I want to go study this deeper. And it's a great place to be. Anyway, so in the last part of Ephesians, chapter 1, the last two verses that stood out to me today, he said this. He said, and the church is the body. It is filled by Christ, who fills everything, everywhere, with His presence. And I stopped right there. That's the last verse of chapter 1. I can't see the numbers, so you just have to figure out what the number is. Anyway, and so, he says He fills everything, everywhere, with His presence. So you can't go anywhere and God not meet you there. Now you can go somewhere and not acknowledge His presence. You can walk through life and stumble through life and say He's not here, or He's not there, or I don't feel Him, but that does not make Him not there. It says He fills everything, everywhere, with His presence, which means you can't go anywhere without Him. And there's nowhere that isn't touched by His presence. Nowhere. Now, that should spark something familiar because we spend a lot of time in this other Old Testament verses in Psalm 139. David said the same thing. David said this. He said in verse 7, I can never escape from your spirit. I can never get away from your presence. It's not like he was trying to, but he was going, there's literally nowhere to go that God can't be there. There's literally nowhere to go that God can't meet me, or for that matter, that I can't meet God, because no matter where I go in my mind, or where my physical body goes, or no matter where I choose to go or what I choose to do, God's already there. He's there. You can't escape from Him, so to speak, if you were trying to. But then he goes on to this. He goes, if I go to heaven, you're there. If I go to the place of the dead, you're there. If I ride the wings of the morning, if I dwell in the farthest oceans, even there your hand will guide me and your strength will support me. He says, no matter where I go, you've got me covered. I've got God's strength. We know that God shares His strength with those who wait on Him. You've got His strength no matter where you go, no matter what you go through, which is what the next couple of verses talk about. In Psalm 139, it says, I could ask the darkness to hide me and the light around me to become night. But even in darkness, I cannot hide from you. To you, the night shines as bright as day. Darkness and light are both alike to you. Now, why is that important? Why is that something I wanted to pull out? Darkness and light are the same to you, God. Because even if you're in a dark circumstance, or you're dealing with dark issues, or you're dealing with depression or mental illness or sadness or fill in the blank, it's not dark to God. You may not be able to see, but that doesn't mean God can't see. And it doesn't mean he can't see you, right? No matter what, no matter how bad life can feel or how good life can feel. Even when things get good, God doesn't go, I'll come back tomorrow and see if you're still okay. Because you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. Okay, so I'm going to do something else. No, you're always important. He keeps you as the apple of his eye, it says that he keeps you in view. You can't go anywhere. God can't reach you. You can't even try to hide in your dark circumstances and think God can't see you. That's the whole story of Hagar. I've been thinking about that too this week. She was in just a very difficult situation, but she said, God sees me. Well, God sees you today too. God sees whatever we're going through. He can see through my caregiver's blog. I talk about the caregiver's fog a lot because we get in this fog sometimes. It's like, oh, there's nothing's where it's all life is blurry, right? It's not blurry to God. He can see through the fog in our mind. He can see through the dark circumstances. He can see through our own confusion. He can see through. The light and the dark are the same to him. It doesn't prohibit him from seeing into our lives. It doesn't prohibit him from acting on our behalf. He did all of that before he said, let there be light. We talked about that yesterday. But he has got us. We can't go through anything that he doesn't get. We can't hide in any kind of circumstance from his mercy, from his grace. He's got us covered. Period. He is already right here. Look around. Take a second to look around. I'm in my living room. There's my kitchen. There's my whatever that's supposed to be. God is with you right there. If you're driving in your car, God is with you right there. You can't drive far enough, swim far enough, run far enough to get away from his grace, from his mercy, from his love. You are always the center of his focus. And that's why we can peace out. Peace out, you guys. Have a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow.